We're into round 4 of competition here in Rio de Janeiro, back to the 3-man system here. This is the super heat. We've been asking you to participate on Twitter with your votes. We'll look at those percentages. A lot of people calling for a John win here. A lot of people backing Filipe Toledo. Of course, Dusty Payne is the third prong in the equation here.
Already to his name throughout this championship tour, as we see Filipe drawing first blood. Carrying a lot of speed in this next move, trying to get his way around the corner. Ends up doing that. So start there.
We love these big encounters. We call them the super heats. And now Toledo, small inside offering as he goes to the laser cutback. And a little exit early on here, already achieving a 4.17 second wave there, plays out. Little lull, and he's going to have a dash across the sandbar here and back into the lineup. Of course, Dusty Payne to win an event here in Rio de Janeiro. The world very keen to see his form on display in the beach breaks here in Brazil.
Nice whipping snap again, smaller wave, but looking good, just trying to keep the motor running.
Our 2014 world champion, he is with Kaipo.
Thanks, Giggs. Gabe, looking confident out there. So another thing, I liked at the end of the heat, you know, even though you had a really good performance out there, showing respect to David Silva, making sure you were nice and tight with him, you know, in the last 2 minutes.
Folding here, Dusty Payne's one of the 3 surfers, and he's attacking here, Pete.
Sure is, and he has been surfing incredible. So Dusty Payne doing everything right.
Yep, there's a nice vibe about Dusty Payne here in Brazil. Well, Toledo will get the snap unleashed. Now wrapping the second turn. Lots of pressure on the rail. We saw what Michel Bourrez did a heat or 2 back. He's using those left-handers on the backhand. Little zippy turn as we stay focused on Toledo. But John behind him will have brought his own entertainment value to the super heat. We'll bring you that replay shortly.
That last wave we saw comes in at a 6.17. See what John does. Gets straight into it, the air reverse, and finds some more open face through the inside here and completes the ride. So John Florence gets on the board, already putting a pretty good score. As we watch the replay now, that whip from Filipe Toledo. And that's the thing we talk about. You know, he's got this incredible above the lip aerial part of his surfing, but also this transitions. He's so electric, drifting the fins, accentuating turns, you know, not just doing the turns, but actually accentuating them and making them look that much more exciting.
Wow, live action Dusty Payne.
But you can see, watch this replay here, and just attacking, projecting down the line, carrying a bunch of speed there, tries to wind up as we see John boosting.
Wow, loving it. Live action. John will just unravel this inside section as he heads for the water patrol. Always progression and innovation becomes part of the discussion as we see the replay here, Pete, of John lofting it up.
So that last maneuver that he earned a 4.6, or just kind of popped himself, as we see now a rodeo attempt.
Wow, loving it. Toledo looking at the outer boundaries of progression here of John Florence's maneuver on his second wave.
Must be pretty early in Hawaii. Wow. We haven't seen the Twitter votes coming in for John
getting past the Leo Muniz. As we pick up on John now, inside left-hander, cracks it. Second maneuver, links it beautifully. Little slopey ramp, approaches John. He'll square it up. And, well, he'll re-emerge.
Wow, little drama.
See there, using that priority.
It's almost like Filipe pushed him in.
Yeah.
It looked like it, huh? Give him a little boost. And nice work by John, attacking the lip here and then finishing so strong. Disappears, somehow glued to that board. Was swimming around and getting in the ocean, keeping the salt moving through the gills.
Well, we had Bede on commentary on the Gold Coast and loved his participation. We see Dusty Payne, big square hammer, as he just takes that oncoming section on with gusto.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Drops in this first section, gets the carve, then floats. Tons of speed out of that maneuver, and the finish. So nice variety there. And now Dusty, like you said, only needing a 6.7.
Well, Toledo, backhand, here we go. You can almost hear the crowd breathe in and hold their breath. He'll just go cat with 9 tails for the spill there. We're loving the seesaw that takes place here. Dusty's back in the pocket though, as we join him on that forehand top turn wrap. He's going to keep working this. Holds the 617 in his top 2. He wants to get rid of it here. And Dusty on the inside. And we pan to John as he just squares out and skids the fins.
That was classic.
There is not a more popular non-Brazilian than John Florence, right?
Very humble. Let's watch this big, deep bottom turn from Dusty Payne to start this wave off. I love that. You know, nice start to this wave. Midsection here was a bit lully as we transition to John. And John, we saw just this move, but that is, he's like, I love the skid, but somehow keeping the speed momentum flying north. Dusty now, that last wave, not even factoring in as you watch live action.
Watch Toledo gearing it up. You know where he's going. He lands it beautifully, but it's just out the back of the peak apex of the wave, and it'll be an incomplete.
Just not able to ride out of it. Let's take a look at it. Ton of speed going through this section. Look at that, just boing! And landed perfectly just outside of the wave.
Of course, the deck grip at the back part of each surfboard. Various athletes endorsing various models. Here we go, John. Beautiful extended floater. Will come around a soft corner and will be a throwaway as we consider the values of his already 2 counting rides, the 7.8 and the 7.4.
But is left chasing a score because John is holding the 2 best waves. So you watch that move there, the 7.80 that kept him out front.
And now have a look here. John decides, yes, I've got priority. Toledo like the look of this. John likes it more. And it'll be a flyaway effort there from...
Right now, it's all about the jersey.
All right, so in the red jersey, Toledo looking for a number. Springs it up into action, and he'll go down in this encounter. The unpredictability, just sometimes the absolutely rude approach. Look at that, stepping up on the float is Dusty, and he'll sneak inside the barrel. Crowd will erupt, and now he'll go for the working rail through to the inside section. Another big squared out turn. Dusty likes it. We did see a 7.93 from him earlier, Pete. What are you thinking as he moves through to the inside here?
I love
at the 2-minute mark.
It's close. 7.27 is what he needs. I love how he jumps up on to the lip, free falls to the bottom, gets around this section, and just tucks up underneath. So a ton of variety. The big arc, roundhouse, stays with it, and is not going to let any ounce of score potential be given away. And yeah, little clap, little pump, fist pump. Nice work.
Wow, we said we see Toledo flying again, but incomplete to take out this heat win here. It was very much a Toledo and John discussion.
Well, we saw Filipe do those types of moves for...
The super heat has been highly entertaining, but against the statistics of the votes, well, it's not over. Let's have a look. John. Beautiful dagger, and he'll go down in the effort.
Well, I guess the bonus of all of this is...
Dusty Payne just proved our entire voting audience via Twitter wrong. Love it.
But I'll tell you, I mean, the thing that's great about this, Dusty Payne into the quarterfinals. Good to see him there, but also we get to watch John again today.
That man on screen, Dusty Payne, found the requirements, and he's directly through the quarter. Stay with us.